Hey, shalom, shalom. Kwame Ashala once again. Just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakahakadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of GMS. To you I say shalom, and shalom unto the hopeful elect, Kwame Ashala and Abad Babal. Yeah, so I just want to share this headline here. Will never be the 51st state premier, Ford says, following Trump's latest comments. Yeah, man, the newly elected president, Donald J. Trump, is talking shit. And he's just revealing his arrogance and pride and his haughtiness. And yeah, he represents pretty much the American people. And that's the spirit that they're in. They're in the spirit of pride, arrogance, and haughtiness. And you'll see why. I don't know. I'm thinking about titling this lesson along the lines of Daniel chapter 7, verse 20, whose look was more stout than his fellows. And that stout is going into that pride and arrogance, that haughtiness of how America looks down on its allies, especially the European allies, but their allies in general. And Canada is an ally of the United States. And guess what? America, which is the whore that rideth the beast, is pretty much riding Canada because Canada is a part of the beast. It's a part of NATO. And we know in Revelation, the 17th chapter, it says that the beast shall hate the whore. And the beast is going to go against the whore. So we're seeing that. And we're seeing that tension build up right now with the whole Donald J. Trump negotiating with, what's his name? Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, with the whole tariff situation, charging us 25% tariffs for trading. That's a lot of money, man. But that tension is building. You can see it. And this is why the beast will hate the whore, because of the arrogancy, the pride, and how they weaponize the dollar and things of that nature. You're seeing it play out once again with this article. So it says, will never be the 51st state premier, Ford says, following Trump's latest comments. This was posted yesterday, December 18, 2024. All praises, glory, and honor. I'm just going to say it. All praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh Bahashem Yoshai, Bahashem Rakahakadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, man. Say that. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yoshai. All praises. So it says, Premier Doug Ford agrees with Mike Myers quite about how Canada doesn't need to be anybody's 51st state, adding that it will never happen. Ontario Premier Doug Ford says Canada will never be the 51st state, rebuking U.S. President-elect Donald Trump's latest social media posts. Ford made the remark while appearing on CTV News Toronto's Toy Mountain segment on Wednesday night. Canadians take care of Canadians. We don't need to be anybody's 51st state, Canadian actor and comedian Mike Myers said in a video aired during the segment. The premier agreed. We'll never be the 51st state. We're Canada. We're proud to be Canadians. We'll always fight for that, Ford said. Earlier on Wednesday, Trump posted on his social media platform, Truth Social, that it would be a great idea to make Canada an American state, claiming the U.S. is subsidizing his northern neighbor $100 million a year. Many Canadians want Canada to become the 51st state, which is true because cheaper taxes. You'll save massively on taxes. It's true. You have a lot more liberty. Liberty to do what you want in the flesh. I remember that growing up as a kid. We would go to Buffalo or Pennsylvania to shop because the buying, you get more with your money. The buying power is better with the American dollar. So, for example, man, you can go shop there for clothes and get a whole wardrobe for the year, and it'll only cost you what, $150 to $200. That was back then. I think that was the late 90s going into the early 2000s. I remember those days. I remember we would drive down to Buffalo, the Galleria Mall, and shop there all day, get what we wanted, and come back home. So yeah, it's true. It's true. So anyways, it says they would save massively on taxes and military protection. And that's true as well. Yeah, save massively on taxes because they tax the hell out of you over here. Got something called GST, HST. I remember it used to be. I remember it used to be back in the day. PST and I think it was GST or HST. No, yeah, it was GST and PST. But now they just have HST. But they would tax you the hell out of here, man. 13% tax. And all the other taxes that come with the tax that you originally have. They tax you the hell out of here. And rightfully so, because it's not a big population when compared to the United States. 40 million plus people, that's about it over here. In the States, it's about 300 million. But yeah, and also military protection. That's true, because America is the hammer of the earth. They are the hammer of the earth. They're the world's police. And yeah, actually, you know what? Let me get that. This is Jeremiah. It's going into spirit. This is Jeremiah 50 and 23. And it says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? True. How is that be? Right? How is that be? Yeah, because Babylon, man, has become very troublesome, injurious, and vexatious to its neighbors. The neighbors being the different nations. It's been a hammer to the whole earth. Simply, they're the world's police. They're the judge. You can't come up against them. And hey, man, they'll beat you down to a pulp. They'll beat you to pieces, man. They'll fuck you up with their military. For lack of better words, they will fuck you up. Drone strike you, nuke you. And all the nations are in fear because of that. And that includes Canada, man. They're in fear, believe it or not. And their military isn't functioning too good. Don't get me wrong, the Canadian military is decent. We have strong soldiers over here, but when it comes to the technology and the military being state of the art, it's no comparison to the United States. I believe our Air Force is functioning like it did back in the 1980s. Same with its Navy. His Navy is functioning like it's still 1995. You can go into the statistics for yourself, but it's true. So America would crush us, I believe. In a full-fledged assault, I think America would win, obviously. Excuse me. So yeah, man, America is the hammer of the earth. They're very dangerous, and they'll beat you down to a pulp. You come up against them, you're fucked. And guess what, man? They can step foot into your land or your territory, your country, whatever, and you have to bow down to them. They don't have to bow down to you. That's how they are. Verse 24, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware, thou art found, and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. And yeah, man, those that strive against Yahweh Bashim Shai will soon find themselves overmatched. Your arms are too short to box with the Most High, because you have openly opposed Yahweh Bashim Shai and made him your rival by rebelling against him, destroying his people, destroying his word, and mocking him, man. And that's why you're going to go down. That's why America is going to go down, man. You hate the Lord. You're against him. So yeah, keep being proud. Keep being arrogant. Scripture says, I believe that's Proverbs 16 and 18. Let me pull that up. Because what does pride lead to? 16 and 18. This is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Verse 19. Better it is to be of an humble spirit, with the lowly to divide the spoil with the proud. Yeah, there you go. I'll read in the NLT. Pride goes before destruction, and haughtiness before a fall. Better to live humbly with the poor than to share plunder with the proud. Yeah, and that's the spirit of you Americans. And by the way, Trump represents you Americans. You're in that same spirit of pride and arrogance and haughtiness. And because of that, you're going to fall. And you don't even see it, because the Lord has laid up snares and traps for you to fall, and you haven't seen it yet. That's why the morals of the American people are at an all-time low. That's why the whole world hates you. That's why you're not in the ICC, the International Criminal Court. All those people, all the members that are a part of the International Criminal Court are against you. And they're bringing charges up against you, man. So everybody's against you. Everybody's against you. And you're so blinded with your pride that you cannot see it. Especially the average American, the average Joe six-pack American. They can't see that. They think they're going to be on the mountaintop forever. Well, the Lord's about to kick you off your high horse. Get ready for that. Get ready. So yeah, that's all that I wanted from there. That's all that I wanted from there. So maybe I should just go into Daniel 7. Daniel 7. I'll start at 19. Why not? Going into the fourth beast. Fourth beast being Rome, which is really America in the spirit. It's really America. So anyways, Daniel chapter 7, verse 19. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others. And, just going back to Rome. Just going back to Rome, because Rome is a fourth beast. I just want to go back to Rome, but Rome and America are the same thing in the spirit. But the reason why Rome back then was so diverse is because of the way they governed themselves. They voted in their rulers. They voted in their Caesars yearly. And they had a Senate house. It wasn't your traditional monarchy. That's what made them so diverse and dangerous. Very dangerous. So it says, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron and his nails of brass. And that's going into his military. And these aren't your regular teeth. It means it was iron because they were very sophisticated with the ingenuity. They used a lot of iron in their weaponry. The other nations back then, they never did that. And it made their weapons a lot stronger and more durable, and it lasts longer. So they had iron helmets, iron breastplates, iron armor, iron weapons, iron swords, iron arrows. So when you went up against them, you would get crushed. And that's the same spirit that America is in today with their military. Their military is state of the art. They have all the latest gadgets, especially when you specialize. What do I mean by that? You go into the special forces, like when you go into the Green Berets, you go into CIA experts, which that's really more for intel and espionage. But you go into their special forces like the Navy SEALs. They have all the latest gadgets to kill you and to take you down. So yeah, so it says whose teeth were of iron. Let me just see that. Let me just see here. I'm gonna come back to that. Just break their iron teeth, break their teeth. Their teeth. Going into the wicked. I'm gonna just read this. This is Psalms chapter 58, verse 6. Break their teeth, O power in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Yahweh. And it's talking about our enemies. Break their teeth, which is their military. And only the Lord can take down their military. He's the only one that can break their teeth. And Daniel, the 7th chapter, goes into that as well. I believe when you go down to, or if you go up, I believe if you go up the chapter, Daniel 7, I'm actually just tidying up my desk here. But if you go into Daniel, the 7th chapter and the 9th verse, it talks about the Ancients of Days. And how the Ancient of Days is going to send his son Yahushai to take this place down. So only Yahushai can take this place down. Also, when you go into Revelation, the 19th chapter and the 11th verse on down, it speaks on that. And many other scriptures. Isaiah, the 63rd chapter, goes into that. Who cometh from Basra in dyed garments. That's talking about Yahushai. He's the only one that can take this beast down. Because nobody can take this beast down. They're too strong. Too strong. You see here. Yep. See here. Yeah, to be pierced, yeah. I just wanted to check that out because you use your teeth to tear the flesh. That's what a lion uses. That last blow is using its teeth to break your neck. So you use your teeth to destroy. So that's Rome. That's America. So anyways, let's go back to Daniel 7 and 19. Yeah, so it says, whose teeth were of iron and his nails of brass, which devoured, brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet. Yeah, messed up these nations, man, and trampled its enemies. That's why we brought out Jeremiah 50 and 23, going into how they're the hammer of the earth. They've been they have injured these other nations, and these other nations are tired of it. Now, going into the three that fell, that's just simply talking about the Britain, France, and Spain, because at one point they colonized America. They owned different parts of America during the colonial times, and then America waged war against them and kicked them out. Yeah, defeated them and kicked them out, and that's what makes America America today. So yeah, that's also going into the three that fell. And this is this beast, the beast that this is the whore that sitteth upon the beast. 7 heads and 10 horns. That's found in the book of Revelation. Anyways, so verse 20, and of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. And I kind of moved ahead because I was thinking about it, but yeah, the three that fell are basically what I mentioned: Britain, France, and Spain. And yeah, the eyes and how it says whose look was more stout than his fellows is just simply going into his pride. He is very proud. And let's look at the word stout here. I have it pulled up. Stout, valiant, brave, also proud, haughty, skilled in battle, fierce, cruel. Yeah, but really proud. And yeah, America's all these things. They're haughty, they're skilled in battle, fierce, they're very cruel. But yeah, they're very proud. And that stout just simply goes into them looking down on their European allies, the other nations, their neighbors. And they're looking down on the Canadians, the Americans, starting with Trump, because he represents you Americans. He's looking down on you. To make a statement like that by putting pictures on his social media account with him on a mountaintop saying, "Oh, Canada," and saying that Justin Trudeau is the governor of the Canadian state, that speaks volumes. That shows how proud he is. Now let's get a precept. Let's get Sirach chapter 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. True. So, yeah, Donald J. Trump, he's a ruler, he's a judge. He's judging the American people, and he's in that spirit. So, that spirit of pride, that spirit of arrogance. So, that same spirit is going to trickle on down to the people that are under him. That includes his officer, and it goes his officers, his captains, his generals, and his advisors, and the average people, the average American. So they're in that same spirit as he is. Pride, arrogance. So I just wanted to bring that out just to prove that. Now let's go into Jeremiah chapter 50 again. I'm gonna go back into that chapter, but I'm gonna go up, and we're gonna go to the 13th verse. So this is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 13. Because the wrath of Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited. Actually, wait. That's not what I want. Oops, my bad. It's in the same chapter. Let me just look for it. Hold on. I know it's Jeremiah 50. Give me 1 second. Bear with me. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. It's actually Jeremiah 50 and 12. But it says here, your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. And who is your mother, America? Your mother is Britain. Same as Canada, too. And that's why when we read in Daniel chapter 7, verse 19 on down, it goes into the three that fell. So one of the three was Britain, and they birthed America. Especially Canada, too, because you go into Canada's parliament, you go into the House of Commons, the same way they govern themselves comes from the British system. Same with America, too. They just do it different. They have a different twist to it. But yeah, your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare shall be ashamed. And the British, they don't like Americans. They don't like how you stand. They call you arrogant. They call you proud. They say that you're trashy by the way you act, by the way you govern yourself, the way you rule, the way you act. So this is just one precept I want to bring out. So let's get the last one. I want to close up with this one. Shall hate the whore. It's in Revelation, the 17th chapter, in the 16th verse. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. Yeah, so going into the 10 horns and the beast, they hate the whore, and they're going to destroy the whore. And you're seeing that tension build up once again with them coming out and saying, what are they going to do? I'll read it here. It says, the federal government has been working with all premiers to develop a plan which could include retaliatory tariffs if Trump moves ahead with the threat. When he is inaugurated next month, Ford said the province will be using every tool in its toolbox, hinting that Ontario is prepared to cut off electricity that is powering millions of homes in New York, Michigan, and Minnesota, but only as a last resort. The Ontario government has also threatened to restrict the LCBO from buying American-made alcohol, stop the export of critical minerals, and cut the U.S. out of provincial procurement process. There you go. Right, so that tension is building up. And really, the beast, the 10 horns, hates the whore. Hates the whore. And the whore is America. So anyways, with that, hope this was edifying. Until next time, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh B'Hashem Yashai B'Hashem Rakah HaKodash. Shalom.